Support for Radio Friends comes from Homestead Senior Care, providing trustworthy, kind-hearted senior home care services in your loved one's home. All caregivers are thoroughly screened, extensively trained, professional, and reliable. Homestead is all about providing the highest quality home care service to fit you and your family's needs. Plus, if you would be interested in becoming a caregiver, they offer great part-time positions. Give them a call at 573-442-4333 or check it out at homestead.com. Good morning and welcome to Radio Friends on Thursday, October the 18th. Pleasure to have you with us. We have a retired university professor with us today, OLEN Brown. You have written a book that is called The Art and Science of Poisons. Now, whatever possessed you to write this book?
Well, it was a fun book to write. I am primarily a microbiologist. I'm trained in biochemistry and molecular biology, but I've self-trained in toxicology. So in understanding poisons, you have to know how the body works, how the cells work, all that good kind of stuff. Mm-hmm. And poisons intersect the normal body processes in a harmful way. Toxins and poisons are not only harmful to us, but many medicines are based actually on poisons.
On poisons?
Yes, so it's an interesting...
Like chemotherapy.
Absolutely.
Chemotherapy is a life-saving drug, but it's also a poison.
Absolutely. Whenever we have a drug that's effective, we need to have it selective as well. If it's an antibiotic, it needs to kill the bacteria, but not the host cells, not your cells. Chemotherapy for cancer needs to be so precise that it can detect and destroy a cancer cell while leaving the normal healthy cells intact and functional.
But doesn't it also kill some of the healthy cells?
It's not perfectly selective. The better the drug, the least side effects, the less the side effects. That's an important principle that you've brought forth here. Everything is a poison. Now, I will have to try to defend that.
I know what you're saying, because you pick up the newspaper or a magazine, and almost every day, something that we have in our life, a study has been done that this is bad for you. Coffee can either be good for you or coffee is bad for you. Aspirin is good for you or aspirin is bad for you. It's just there's no set reason what's good and what's bad, is there?
The fundamental thing is the dose makes the poison. Now, my mother taught me when I was young that moderation in all things was good. And I've tried to live that way with a little bit of modification. There are some things where moderation doesn't work. For example, in honesty or in love. But it's a general principle, and I think she would still agree with this as well, that moderation is the key. So the essence of whether something is poisonous or not relates to dose. The best example I might give you to understand this is oxygen. We have to have it to breathe, to live. Mm-hmm. A fifth of the air around us is that molecular oxygen. Oxygen is actually classified by the FDA as a drug.
Oxygen is a drug?
It's a drug. We all realize that under certain conditions with cardiovascular disease or lung disease, we may need extra oxygen. But too much oxygen becomes toxic. Can you imagine that? People can die from oxygen poisoning.
I didn't realize that.
Yes.
If you have too much oxygen, you can die?
Correct. Actually, the tolerance level is not that great. For any drug, there's something called a therapeutic index. The amount that's helpful to cure the disease, and the amount over here that's poisonous or toxic. And the ratio of that determines how safe a drug is. Mm-hmm. And that's why you should take your drugs always just as your doctor recommends, because more than the amount that's required can be very toxic. And that goes for the cancer chemotherapy that you talked about.
Or your over-the-counter drugs like Tylenol or Advil. They help you if you take them at the right dosage, but they also can, in the long run, kill you.
That's right. The dose makes the poison. The dose cures you, or if it's excessive. And one of the things that's going on today that's much in the news is the fact that painkillers are killing people today.
Because you become addicted.
You become addicted. So there's a connection here with poisons. Certain kinds of spider bites have venom, and understanding the painfulness of that venom, understanding that mechanism, is helping us to understand new types of painkillers that will be free of the addiction.
Really?
Yes.
A spider bite, studying a spider bite,
Absolutely.
can help you come up with better painkillers that are not addictive.
Absolutely. That's hope.
So are you covering all of this in the book, The Art and Science of Poisons?
I am, and I also got the freedom from my publishers to do a little short story. It's called The Dawn Singer. You have to read the book to see it.
Okay.
But I poked some fun at my colleagues in a scientific, who are scientists.
Yeah. I was just thumbing through here, and castor beans.
Yes.
Castor beans, which a lot of people grow in their yard, are poisonous. But isn't that what castor oil is made from?
It's a different species, different variety. The one that we normally, I have some in my yard. As far as I know, those do not include. And the castor bean is purified.
Okay.
So that all of the toxin is removed.
Now, you mentioned spider bites can help maybe in the study of pain reduction. What about the jellyfish? About jellyfish?
Well, the jellyfish is very painful. There are a lot of varieties and species, and there's some very tiny ones actually that are very toxic, and sometimes those get in the wrong place or even get in an aquarium.
Yeah.
So be wary of those. The kind you see in excuse me.
Well, I was going to say in Hawaii, they can time the arrival of the jellyfish. They will always come between 7 to 8 days after the full moon. The jellyfish come to the shore, and people then are stung or bitten by the jellyfish. And you know what they do? What the treatment for being stung by a jellyfish
I'll
is?
let you tell us.
Urine. Somebody, and it works. If you're
Absolutely
stung by a
does.
jellyfish, someone urinates on it, and it takes that sting away.
It certainly does.
Yeah, so you're aware of that.
Now that you remind me.
Yeah, okay. Well, there's a lot of interesting information in this book. How can they get it? The Art and Science of Poison.
The easiest is Amazon Books.
Okay, it's on Amazon Books. It's called The Art and Science of Poison by Professor Olin R. Brown. You're a delight to talk to.
Well, thank
you
you.
need to come back again.
Well,
we can do more
love
on this book, all right, Olin?
Would love to.
Best of luck to you.
Thank you.
Tomorrow on Friday, Alzheimer's Association. Bye-bye.